Malabar, and welcome Hunter Initiates. I'm Kara Blockwood, your assigned paranormal professor. Today's training will prepare you for what you will encounter out in the field. Now, not every entity will behave in the same manner, and knowing these differences could be what stands between life and death. Now, this profession isn't for the faint of heart. So if at any time you find your stomach roiling in your gut, you want to crawl out of your skin, or hide under your bed, simply make way for the exit and go cuddle your favorite plushie. Because this is not the place for you. For all others brave enough, let's open up your textbooks, grab your notebook and pen, and let us begin. Chapter 8, Section 8.1. Thaye, what are they? The Thaye is a type of disembodied spirit, originating from Burmese folklore. It came from the ancient beliefs that evil people or greedy souls were condemned after being deceased. These ghosts, also referred to as hungry ghosts, are often shown to have physical deformities and believed to cause illnesses or disturbances in villages. The concept of hungry ghost stems from Asian cultures, more specifically Buddhist contexts, which describes spirits as being eternally tormented by their past actions, often in relation to greed. They are often described as tall figures with features like long tongues, huge ears, and tusk-like teeth, although it can vary. Chapter 8, Section 8.2. Behaviors and Evidence. When first encountering a location, they are known to be very active, agile, and defensive. But over time, they will age, becoming slower, less aggressive, and weaker. They are also known to cause minor illnesses and nuisances, primarily appearing at noon or night. The ghost has strong attachments to people or objects from their previous lives, such as anger or greed. They appear to be deteriorating faster when in the presence of the living. Unlike most other ghosts, they don't speed up with line of sight of a hunter. Both interactions and any events will be far more frequent at the start of the hunt. So during the investigation and during this time, it may be the easiest to locate the entity. The drawback of doing so is if the ghost is not located fast enough, it proves to be really dangerous, extremely dangerous at the start, with a far higher threshold of aggression. Therefore, ensuring any hiding spots are located and mapped out before the hunt starts is helpful for survival. Thays also seem to jumpstart hunts, regardless of sanity levels. A tool that will be useful in determining the Thay's presence is a Ouija board. Asking its age at intervals will help determine how much the entity has aged, how fast it will move, and how much activity to expect. Always remember to say goodbye after each usage of the board. Can you tell me why, class? Anyone? Yes, you in the back. That's right, because if you don't say goodbye, it will break and instantly enrage the entity. Evidence that will help hunters reveal the Thaye are as follows: ghost orbs, ghost writing, and dots projections, all of which is detailed in the next section. So let's turn our pages. Chapter 8, Section 8.3, Tools of the Hunt. For the first evidence of ghost orbs, a hunter will need a video camera with night vision due to them not being able to see with the naked eye. Ghost orbs will spawn in the ghost's favorite room. They will appear as small little orbs that glide across the screen, usually one at a time. They may also appear on a CCTV footage, depending on the location. Now, the next evidence of ghost writing can be tracked by using a notebook or a ghost writing book. The hunter must place the book open and on a surface for the ghost to interact with it. If the book is closed, no detection can be made. If the entity is capable, the book will rise, and frantic scribbling, kind of like this, will be present. Entity might also throw the book. If it doesn't have any evidence, or if it's trying to hide evidence. Lastly, you may find evidence with the dots projector, which allows you to reveal ghost movements in a projected format. It either can be placed on the wall, on the floor, or like any flat surface, and emits a matrix of bright green laser points in a small area from the projector itself. Occasionally, ghosts will enter dot state, in which a faint silhouette will be visible to the naked eye. Turning lights off in the room where the dots are placed will also help the hunters see more clearly if the projector gets activated. Now that we've covered how this entity behaves, allow me to share with you an aspiring hunter's story from the past. A story of caution to all those who have ventured out, and who will soon after. Would you like to hear, Teddy? Alright, let's go, class. This story begins with a hunter initiate, much like yourself. Jane Escrow had just graduated the Hunter's Guide to the Paranormal Academy, HGPA. HGPA for short, with flying colors and honors. If there was a club or supernatural group scouting, she would be the first to volunteer to join and learn as much as she was able. Her brain was a sponge that soaked up everything that was ever taught to her. Jane's favorite club, out of all of them, was the Supernatural Theater Troupe. They hosted lots of events and shows, reenacting ghost stories. Now, some were humorous, others more sad or scary. She loved them all. She just had her birthday celebrating turning 21. Ghost-themed, of course, with miniature ghost confetti. And what better way to celebrate that than for her very own first contract? The contract she only dreamed of and worked so very hard to reach her goal of doing so. Helping others and spreading the knowledge with like-minded individuals with similar passions, all the while ensuring the safety of the human public. She got her contract for her first hunt that involved what was supposed to be a somewhat easy one to ease her out into the business. A Thaye, which you know, class, will slow down and age over time, but can be somewhat dangerous if not handled correctly. Jane was very eager to enter the scene in Kansas, Missouri. So eager, she managed to forget some of the required equipment. I know, very bad. Now, Jane noticed, but knew even with that knowledge, she would still be okay with having only a dots projector and camera. She would learn very quickly that she was in the very wrong. The location was a two-store family home in a relatively nice neighborhood. Shortly after midnight, she noticed her sanity was being affected in the family's bathroom on the first floor. Jane then laid down the equipment she had to lie in wait, and hours passed, with hardly any signs and evidence, seeming to take far longer than she anticipated. Even with that, she still had patience while hiding in the bathroom closet. The patience was growing thin, and something else was growing. Hunger. So hungry. Her stomach started growling. I'm hungry too. Jane realized she forgot to eat dinner in her rush to leave for her first investigation. She tried and tried to ignore the growling, but thinking to herself that at this rate, the ghost was going to discover her because of her stomach and all the sounds it was making. They were so loud. As loud as the polar bear she saw that one time at the zoo she visited when she was just 10 years old. Jane really did love bears. They are so freaking cute. I mean, look at them. They're so cute. Rawr. She even got a cute stuffed ghost bear for her birthday and couldn't wait to snuggle it after she was cozy and back home. Thinking again to herself, she didn't think she had lunch or breakfast either. Thankfully, she remembered she stashed a candy bar inside of her pack. Unfortunately, that pack in question was outside of her safe hiding place. She struggled to wait in agony and hunger until she couldn't wait any longer. She rushed out to grab the candy out of the bag. Looking at her equipment to see if anything actually got triggered. Then, just as she reached the bag, dots activated. She barely had a moment to let out a scream before the Thaye engulfed her with its rage. The only evidence left behind was a single candy bar resting in the middle of the projector. shining, uneaten, sad that instead of getting devoured as intended, Jane became the devoured by the hungry Thaye. Jane was lost due to her negligence and preparedness for the hunt. Do not be like Jane. Eat before you hunt. And remember, every tool is important to have to discover the entity as quickly and as safely as possible. Isn't that right, Mr. Bear? I hope you took detailed notes. There won't be a pop quiz. No pass and go. And no collecting 2 million. Because after this course's completion, you will be thrust out into the field, where this knowledge will be directly applied. If you have any questions or concerns, please place them down in the comments. And remember that you hunters are all that stands between safety and danger when it comes to all that goes bump in the night. Until class is in session again, stay safe, protect the innocent, trust your instincts, and remember, the hunt is never done. Happy hunting!